I think we all know by now that Heggerty is the best way to help your preschoolers be ready to read in kindergarten, but today I'm going to be helping you decide which curriculum is best for your classroom. Heggerty has two pre-K curriculums. This is early pre-K and this is the pre-K. So this is age-wise like 3-4 and this is 4-5. Today I'm going to talk to you about the similarities and differences, and then I'm going to tell you my opinion and which one I'm going to be using for my preschool classroom this year. For reference, I teach a half-day program in a public preschool. Last year I had 4 and 5-year-olds. This year I'm going to have 3, 4, and 5, so I have a mixed age group. One of the biggest differences between these two programs is you'll notice that the early pre-K says phonological awareness and the pre-K says phonemic awareness. Early pre-K is focusing on the larger units of sound like syllables, compound words, and then for the pre-K it focuses a lot on the phoneme level, which is the smallest unit of sound in a word, so individual sounds. In the pre-K book, lessons are about 10 minutes. The early pre-K lessons are about 6 to 8 minutes. Pre-K book has 5 lessons per week. The early pre-K book has 3 lessons per week. The pre-K book has 10 skills per lesson. The early pre-K book has 5 to 7 skills per lesson. The pre-K book also has adding, deleting, and substituting, and it's blending and segmenting at the phoneme level. Now let's talk about what they both have in common. They both are teaching rhyming skills. They both start with repeating rhymes, recognizing rhymes, and then rhyme production. The early pre-K book has a fun song that they do with it. Note and go are rhyming words, rhyming words, rhyming words. Note and go are rhyming words, they sound a lot alike. Songs are such a great way to learn, so I love that aspect of it. They both have phoneme isolation. They are both segmenting words. They are both blending. In the early pre-K book, they're blending larger parts of words. So for instance, one of the first things they're going to do is blend compound words. Tooth, brush, toothbrush. Tooth, paste, toothpaste. They both teach alphabet knowledge. I just read some research lately. The two biggest predictors of early reading success are alphabet knowledge and phonemic awareness, which is everything that Heggerty's doing. Imagine that. You're going to be singing the alphabet daily, sometimes just singing it, sometimes pointing to the letters. Nursery rhymes were all the rage. My students went crazy over them. They were so excited to share that they knew our nursery rhyme that we were learning each week. Both versions have nursery rhymes, which I am super excited about. Now for my recommendations. I absolutely loved the pre-K Heggerty last year, but because I teach in a half-day program, it did become a little bit much for my particular students. And this year I will have some 3-year-olds in my class, so I will definitely be using the early pre-K version. After opening this is everything I was looking for. If I had a few tweaks because of my specific classroom last year, it was all answered with the early pre-K program. Because I'm a half-day program, I just feel like I was very tight on time, and because I had some maybe younger 4s, once it got onto the later lessons, it felt like it got just a little bit too much for my particular class. So I'm super excited to be using the early pre-K curriculum. And my recommendation, if you have 3s in your class, this is definitely the one. If you have a half-day 4s class, I would say that this would be my recommendation as well. Let's talk about when you would use the pre-K version. If you are teaching at a transitional kindergarten, this would definitely be the one that you want to use. If you have an all-day 4s class, I think you probably have a little bit more time to add in some things like this, so I think this would be the correct one for you to use. So they're both amazing. I think just depending on the ages of your students and maybe the amount of time you have in the day is going to kind of influence which one you pick, but you cannot go wrong with either of them.